Good evening, SweetWheatsy here, and welcome back to another episode of Binding the Isaac. Oh wait, that's not this. That's not this at all, is it now? So, it's been a while, huh? Yeah. Basically, well, okay, there is no basically, because this is a matter concerning rather complex and intricate mental states, but I mean, so the motivation and the time devotion I had for making videos has been rather diminished, to say the least, these past few, well, almost years, I could say, because it's been several months. I did that One of the Changes video back in the beginning of 2015. That was school related, and then I have a whole bunch of unedited footage that is still just laying around that I need to get a hold of. I need to actually turn into something, and I have already been doing that. So the previous video I just made was sort of a revival video for this channel, and also an introductory video in the end, because I mean it's have to show the ways that I want to branch out with this channel in general. It also took a hell of a lot of time to edit, but I think it was worth it. I'm rather proud of it, actually, to be honest. But yeah, I'm a person who works in complicated ways. I guess you could say I mean, when I try to devote myself to do something, it kind of takes a bit of my own mental excess, and I've not really had that while I did my studies, which have taken quite a lot of time. Right now I'm having my sabbatical, and that helps out quite a lot. But at the same time, I still have this thing where, and I know it's sounds kind of foolish, sounds kind of obvious, redundant in a way, but my walls are incredibly thin, and it's not always I have silence in this apartment, but in the end I think that aspect sounds so ridiculous that it's just something I have to live with, and I just have to talk with my parents about it, and the other people who come around here and visit, and the burglars and stuff like that. So that won't be the biggest thing. I can also acknowledge that I've had an incredible fixation, addiction, you could say, to watching other people's content on the YouTubes. Yeah, that has been a thing. That is still a thing, but to a lesser extent. I felt now that I don't feel as compelled to actually watch the videos that I have done. I do admit it has been a slight addiction, to be quite blunt. But it has certainly diminished itself, and right now I feel much more, well, obviously I've always felt much more productive when I actually conjure out videos, but right now I do it to a much larger extent, which is incredibly fantastic, and I really want to keep that vein going, and I also feel like it's just much more fun actually doing those things. So as I mentioned, I will be branching out. I'll really want to do some musical content. Whether be it, yeah, as I mentioned, album reviews or some of the music I've done, or genre talks, stuff like that. And also informative content to a certain extent. And I especially, as I mentioned, I want to make a video about the concept of chills, because I did a large project on that. Where I actually had to write a large essay, turn it into a grand national contest. I didn't win. I didn't get nominated. That's totally fine. It was a very, very educational process, and I felt like I learned a lot about academical matters and how to turn in these things, and also what really strikes my fancy, what really interests me. And one of these things is also the mix between science and music, and biology, and how music affects psychology and stuff like that. That is incredibly entertaining. Another thing, Okay, my open office just stopped responding. I have no idea. Okay, whatever. Do your thing. Professionalism. Well, so another thing I must also mention, however, is that I will continue many of my Let's Plays and also gaming content in general, and that will be much more frequent than the other things. And also, as of right now, it will probably be the most frequent thing because it takes a lot of time to edit. It took like a week or something to edit the introductory video, the Memento Vitae. That's a lot of time, and it will also it also in general the Minecraft Hardcore Survival episodes that I've been editing also takes quite a while. So it will be a bit, and doing, well, more generic gameplay videos and Let's Plays, that certainly will make it so that I can provide content on a little bit of a more frequent basis. I know it's already been 3 days since the revival video went up and this comes up, but you know, I've had a chance for silence in this house, so I thought I would exploit that situation. There are also many of the folks that I've done YouTube with. I've done YouTube for like what, or not done, but the first video I uploaded with a friend of mine was in 2008, I believe, when I was a wee bit lad, and that was awful. Obviously, of course it was. That's just the way of the world. And I've always been sort of interested in doing it, but now, especially now when I have resources, the mental capacity, and also the ideas for the projects I want to make. Back then in 2013-14, when I actually made videos, I only had the gameplay aspect in mind. That was the only thing I really thought about. But now I feel like I'm a bit more enlightened, and I really hope that you'll still continue to be interested in watching this, even if I do branch out from different things for more weird things. There will also come weird, untopical videos up, because it's just how I roll, man. It's just what I do, you know? This is what I do. But sincerely, I hope you will. And I understand that the concept of having a YouTube channel where you upload lots of different kinds of weird things, that is maybe a bit unattractive for some people. I also have the same sentiments, but I hope I can just make it kind of fluid and not too unsegmented, if that makes any sense. But I'll try it out, and as I mentioned, it will still primarily be a gaming channel, and that will be its primary focus. But just be aware that other things will also come up, and I just hope I can improve the quality of all of those aspects when I get there. There's also the fact that a lot of the YouTubers that I did stuff with, they have moved on to other ventures, to grander schemes, and that's don't get me wrong, that's totally fine. That's also what I kind of did, but it is also, you know, slightly unmotivating. Not their fault, of course. It's just the way of the world, that once you realize you don't actually have all the time in the world to devote to this, that's just how it is. But I'm glad, as I can't stress enough, I'm glad I just found the mental access to do this again. So, moving on to the concrete. Now we move from the abstract, we move from Socrates' idea world, and then we go to the concrete matters. And I say that there are a couple of series I want to start, no matter what. Minecraft Hardcore Survival series will continue, as I mentioned. I already have 2 episodes fully edited, so those will go up the following couple of days, and then I'll just move on, because I have loads of future for that series. Loads of content, sorry. And the Binding of Isaac Let's Play, that is the longest running I've had, like 50 episodes I think I made. I'll be switching for Rebirth, obviously. I did some episodes, I recorded some for a long time ago. I think I'll keep those episodes because it also goes fluently in the way that I'll 100% the game, and if I hadn't showed my progress on the way, I think that'll kind of be unsegmented. I don't really want that. Also, I want to edit it a bit, and it might be a bit hard, but I think I'll do some skits, some pop-ups where I tell about what the different items do and different things, different informative things. A bit inspired by Chuck Conroy in that aspect. I also want to do a Mother 1 Let's Play, considering that the Mother series is absolutely formidable, and and I want to definitely play Mother 3 at one point, and Earthbound for that matter. That is a terrific game as well. So yeah, I also recorded the first episode of that, I don't know how long ago, with my good friend Virtle. I might keep it, I might re-record one episode, because although the ending of that episode did not go very well and I can't really remember the exact progress I made, so I'll see to it. But yeah, and music content, informative content, that will come at some point when I feel like stuffs is stuffs and stuffs is ready. Now Christmas is also here, so we have this conform holiday to occupy us, and yeah, that is a thing, and things must be things. Alright, I've spoken too much. Thank you for listening, and hope you'll tune in for the next couple of videos. Also, just a little remark, I also hope that you won't mind my English capabilities. They are slightly lacking. I'm not native speaking Englishman, so it might be a bit awkward. Sometimes you might have some pauses and some thinking breaks, but this is the way it is, and I hope that I can practice that and have a more fluent accent and not do this, basically. Thank you very much for listening, and I'm very glad to be doing this again, and hope you'll tune in next time. Thank you.